Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Fine folks, let me tell you, every day, more and more, we had a member today shared. She shared her update on her art exhibit with all these delicious food that was served at the art exhibit. That was the beautiful Kathy, whom you all have heard from. Other members speaking on how they also were invited to art exhibits with wealthy people, networking with wealthy people, which these are clients of the wealth management firms that our members are meeting, introduced to other wealthy people by the bankers. Every single day, more and more members that are sharing how they've experienced. We had a member just today who had 3 Zoom calls, 3 meetings with 3 different wealth managers all in the same day. The amazing grateful. So more and more every day, these stories, if we were to tell you how many stories, how many updates are posted in our room every day, it will take hours to go through it. You can join these members who are set up with their accounts for their exchanged funds to go into trust accounts. That's right, trust. That cost them nothing. Not a dime, not a penny, nothing. Well, the banks are setting up their trust for their exchanged funds to go into for wealth management. Where meanwhile, people have paid $3,000-$4,000 for trust. Those rinky-dinky Cracker Jack box truck. And folks, let me tell you, when you are able to establish these relationships, follow the 8 steps that we provide, and you're able to go into these banks and they welcome you with open arms, it's a beautiful feeling. Today, Goldilocks is sharing a latest update on Vietnam, and there's more to come to be prepared for. But today, Goldilocks is sharing some latest insight on Vietnam as they prepare for the Vietnamese Dong to be strong in the global financial market. Let's jump right into it, amazing folks. Goldilocks is sharing that there are 3 remaining steps for Vietnam to revalue the Vietnamese Dong. Number 1, negotiating agreements between the U.S. and Vietnam that lead to a proposal, trade proposal. Remember, Goldilocks coined the phrase, watch the water. Why? Because currencies move on the water in trade, when countries trade goods amongst each other. So here we are in the midst of tariff negotiations, and Vietnam is in the United States right now negotiating. So number 1, negotiating trade agreements with the U.S. Number 2, activation of the Basel III compliance between the U.S. and Vietnam. Vietnam has announced several weeks ago they're in the process of doing that right now. Basel III, that's the gold backing, the gold standard, and also the capital requirements for the Vietnamese banking system to prevent it from a crash and prevent the Dong from crashing. Number three, the activation of Vietnam becoming a market economy. Those are the three. Number one, again, negotiating agreements, trade agreements with the U.S. Number two, activating their Basel III requirements. Number two, and number three, market economy activation. This is an article directly from Vietnam stating the Vietnamese banks are ramping up share-based dividend payouts to increase charter capital, meet Basel III capital adequacy standards, and enhance their competitive edge. That's directly from Vietnam. Several Vietnamese banks are actively working towards and in some cases have completed the implementation of Basel III standards, which is a global risk management framework for the banking sector. While compliance varies, many banks are striving to meet the stricter requirements of Basel III to enhance their capital adequacy and risk resilience. Folks, you got to remember, after the crash in 2008, it was Basel III was created to prevent a global bank crash. So all banks around the world had to agree to certain standards to prevent their banks from failing. That is Basel III. Vietnam is almost finished. Vietnam's negotiations with the United States that started on May the 1st regarding tariff agreements and trade agreements and potential upgrades to a market economy status are very significant for the Vietnamese economy and its trajectory and the value of the Vietnamese Dong. A market economy designation by the U.S. for Vietnam could enhance Vietnam's global trade credibility, attract foreign investment into Vietnam, and influence the value of the Vietnamese Dong. On Saturday Night Dialogue's call, we are going to go into more depth because there's more information regarding Vietnam's visit to the United States that we're going to go into detail with. The White House has even shared an update. And this phase is, they're stating that this phase of negotiation is very significant because it lays out the groundwork for complex negotiations, which includes the manipulation of the Vietnamese Dong. These negotiations are very important and significant to the future relationship between the United States and Vietnam, and also the value of the Vietnamese Dong. The Prime Minister of Vietnam indicated to his negotiating team that when they come to the United States, there's certain proposals that he ordered the negotiating team to put on the table with President Trump in the United States regarding these tariffs. On Saturday night's dialogue call, we are going to discuss what the Prime Minister of Vietnam has proposed to the United States regarding these negotiations. Which, yes, absolutely, what the Prime Minister of Vietnam is proposing would have a profound effect on the Vietnamese Dong. And you got to realize, no matter what happens within these negotiations with the United States and Vietnam, there are almost 80 other countries that are also negotiating tariff and trade agreements with the United States. There will be a domino effect with all of these other countries. Several of those countries Many of you have the currencies of those countries. We are expecting in the next couple of days to see the details made public regarding these negotiations. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, actually, let me take that back. A couple of weeks, several weeks ago, on April the 9th, when the reciprocal tariffs went into effect, Goldilocks stated and posted that we must see the terms of the negotiations, which will better help us to understand how the Vietnamese Dong will be affected and a part of the negotiations. Now, more is coming out. Now that they began the negotiations, in all actuality, last week in Vietnam, now Vietnam is visiting the U.S. More details are coming out and more will come. But thus far, we see that Vietnam wants to move into a market economy, which means Vietnam's currency, the Vietnamese Dong, will have to do the same. We'll see you on Saturday Night Dialogues call, and we will go into more depth. As a matter of fact, on Saturday night's call, we're going to share some more information. That's related to the fact that in the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room, we take exceptional pride in our members. We protect you. We love you. And we will always protect you. We're very kind. We're very graceful. But sometimes we have to show people not to come into our house and bring their mud and dirt into it. It'll be a teachable moment. It'll be tough love, but it's necessary. Overall, we will share what's going on with the RV to get you prepared. You are more than welcome to join the other members who are structured with the banks. They follow the 8 steps. They have their accounts set up, attorneys in place, financial advisors in place, their teams of wealth professionals in place, and they can help you to do the same. Myself and Wiley and the tribe will open our arms and welcome you. When you come into this room, take it serious and value it. Please do not take it for granted, and please do not disrespect our house. Please do not expect the volunteers who have already established their relationships and structured to go above and beyond what they already do on a daily basis for you. If you notice, we are beginning to tighten up our room. We are getting closer to the end. If you decide not to respect our house and our rules, we will put you out into the trash with the rest of the gurus and the garbage that belongs there. Don't be that person. Respect our house. We love.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.